I think the main thing about pitching at a high level is being able to throw quality strikes in the situations where you need to. Like, for example, everyone can throw strikes down the way when there's nobody on first inning. It's just roll it over, get a ground ball, whatever. But when you really need to make pitches, where you make your money, where everyone turns their head, is when there's loaded bases, there's runners in scoring position, and you have none out, one out, and then you get those guys out without moving anyone over. So pitching quality pitches consistently down the zone, yep, and being able to get guys out when there's runners in scoring position, that's how you define yourself as a high quality pitcher. Especially the younger levels. Guys want to throw just 4 or 5 curveballs in a row. Don't be afraid to throw a fastball inside, because guys don't expect that stuff. You need to be able to pitch to your strengths in situations where you're under pressure. You don't want to pitch to the hitter's weaknesses if that's your weakness. You want to throw to your strengths. Routines are important just for the fact that you need to have a base for what you're doing all the time. You need to have a process, because baseball is a game of repetitions. You play upwards of 190 games a year when it comes to spring training, the season, extra work, whether it be off to the side, coming home and playing in Australia, instructional league, like Arizona Fall League, just anything. You're playing a lot of games, so you need to have a structure, or else if you don't have something to work for, what you need to do, or what you need to do to make yourself better, you're gonna fail. Because if you're just going out there every day, you don't know what you want to do, you're not going to get anything done. You have like a season goal. It's like, just say, for me, I don't want to get hurt. Being healthy all year, or minimizing the time I'm on the DL. So how do you do that? That's one, making sure you're still healthy by running, keeping your fitness up, stretching, lifting weights so your body doesn't get weak, maintaining your body by doing shoulder exercises, knowing your body. So if you're tired or something's aching that day, do something different. So just say your knee's hurting, I'm not going to run today, but I'm still going to do something. I'm still going to get my cardio done. I'm going to go in the pool and run on the water, run in the water, on the treadmill in the water, or jump on the bike or the elliptical. Something that you're still going to get your work done.
Yeah.
So you should always be accountable for what you can do, because you can always do something. If your legs are too sort of lift upper body, do something. You can always change your routine, but you need to still have a base routine that you fall back on, and then as the season progresses, you can mix and match and change it as you need to go. Baseball is a game of peaks and valleys. You're always going to have a time where you struggle, and you're going to always have a time where you do really, really good, but you want to have that even keel. If this is really bad and this is really good and this is average, you want to be just above average, because that's where you make your money. When I'm doing really well, what I try and do is I try and stay there as long as possible. So I write down why I did so well, what am I doing to keep myself, and what my mindset was. So, and then I try and repeat that routine that I did that for that entire week, the preparation I had for that entire week. I try and take that over to the next week and do the exact same thing, have the same mindset, the confidence, remember what I did, make sure I'm not thinking too much, and just try and hit my spots. And then when you have a bad start or you have a bad inning, okay, write it down. What was I feeling here? I wasn't staying back. Maybe it wasn't even mechanics, it was just my pitch sequence. One thing I like, you never blame anyone else for your mistakes. You're the pitcher, which means you control what you do. It's not like you're a hitter and the pitcher throws a fastball inside and you just swing and break your bat, and then someone makes an error. You're the pitcher, you throw the ball, so that means you have to take accountability. It's not, you can't ever say, oh, the catcher called the wrong pitch. No, I have the ability to shake the catcher off. I have the ability to do what I want to do, because at the end of the day, I'm throwing the ball. So you have to write down why you did bad that inning and what's going through your mind, and then you go back to your notes. What was I doing differently to when I was doing really good? So now you know what you're doing when you're doing really bad. And you have an idea what you're doing when you're doing really well. So you try and pick out the cues to try and help yourself. Okay, when I'm doing really bad, I'm doing this. But when I'm doing really good, say I'm not thinking when I'm doing really good. I'm thinking too much when I'm doing really bad. So let's try and stop thinking. One thing that can just instantly change your outcomes. And that also comes with experience. When you're a younger kid, it's a lot harder to get out of your own mind. When you get a little bit older, you know, things start happening. You find ways to get out of your own mind. And for me, you know, I would step off the back of the mound when I started thinking too much. You know, I'd talk to myself, and then I'd get back up on the mound, and I'd just forget about everything and just go, okay, fastball down the way, and then just pitch the ball. And then instantly I would get out of my own head, and that's just one thing that works for me. But you have to find stuff that works for yourself. That's one thing that every player, every position, every sport, you need to find a way that works for you, develop that, and that's how you become a better athlete.